Thank you so much, Sadibou Badjie, uh, Jammeh supporter. We wanted to know what is the moral on the ground as it is. We are hearing different information relating to the preparation or the lack of it. Can you tell us what is on the ground as of now?
The mood here is that of upbeat. Every supporter of the APRC is fully gearing up to welcome His Excellency, the former president and party leader, Sir Professor Dr. Alhaji AGJ Jammeh. Yes, despite the hurdles that some of our supporters are facing of late, just recently, five of our members were arrested for just tying or raising party colors on electricity poles along the highway. But notwithstanding, that wouldn't derail our efforts in getting the ground level for the welcoming of the big man, Jammeh. So, inshallah, we are working towards that. We are doing every day that we are doing our groundwork from logistics, protocols, and other departments. They are all up to the task. Just inshallah, by this Friday, uh, members of the party will be converging at Kanilai for a day's cleansing exercise. In fact, we just sent across dispatch to across all parties, across every member, so that the message could reach them. But inshallah, there is no point turning back. We are doing the groundwork, whether you know it or not. We are up to the task, inshallah, and we are nothing is going to. We've had some counter sentiments from the government of President Adam Barrow, but then the issue here is we are not up to, we are not. Uh, up, we are not doing anything that infringes the constitution or the law of the land. As we are exercising our rights to political association and our freedoms in conjunction or in line with what the Constitution has provided for. So there is no point turning back. Nothing has simmered down. We doing our groundwork exactly as expected of us, inshallah. And by the grace of Allah, this weekend we will be converging at Kanilai for more discussions about the preparations geared towards welcoming His Excellency, the former president, back to his homeland, inshallah.
Sadibou, are you not trying to deceive your supporters? Because some of Jammeh's critics say the former president is not even thinking about returning home anytime soon. What is your take on this issue?
Well, prior to his pronouncement the other day in Kanilai, over the years, I've never had an instance whereby it came direct from Jammeh that he did so and so and so or so, he would be coming. Jammeh has never given that pronouncement. So it was people out of people's anxiety to see Jammeh back home, that others were on audios saying that Jammeh would be coming this year, all along up to this time. But now that Jammeh himself has pronounced let's say, the month for his homecoming, and here is a man that I entirely trust, and trust in what he does, and trust in what he says. I am particularly optimistic that his coming would be his coming would be realized, inshallah, this time around, because this is from him, Jammeh himself, and what he said the other day, all of us had it. So I am pretty optimistic that Jammeh would be back home this time around, inshallah.
Well, there are implications, or there could be implications about the security situation in the country, given the fact that the former president still has loyalists from various, sectors of government. So, what do you think about the security implications if he is to return anytime soon?
I have no worries. I have no worries with regard to the potential security implications, whatever. I think if anyone is threatening the peace and security of the country, it's going to be the government who are who've made some comments that are some sort of scary. But as at the end of Jammeh, there is no threat to security. He did not pose any threat whatever to the security and serenity of this country. Jammeh loves this country almost more than every other Gambian. So, how is he a threat to the national peace and security? The Gambia is a stable country, and it shall stay so. Yes, Jammeh is an ex-head of state who wants to come back to his country. Should that be seen as a threat? In fact, why is the government worried about his presence, his homecoming? I think those questions are questions that should be directed towards the government. If anyone intends to threaten the peace, but all in all, I think they are just scaremongering. They are just scaremongering, but there is nothing to fear about. There is nothing to fear about. Jammeh has been a law-abiding for after 8 to 9 years now, has never said or done anything that threatens the peace and stability of this country. So I have zero iota of worries as to what security implications lie ahead. There are zero things to worry. There are nothing to worry with regards to Jammeh's homecoming. I think he has every right as a private citizen of this country to be in the country. He poses no threat whatever to the security and stability of this country.
There are individuals in the country and even outside calling for the former president to be arrested as soon as he step his foot in the country, whether at the airport or anywhere. What is your reaction to that?
As a party known for being law abiding, we will always use lawful means to challenge any complications that come our way. That said, I do not see anything that Jammeh might have done to warrant an arrest or an obstruction from the side of the government. The government of the Gambia, led by President Adama Barrow, is here to publicly disclose to us as to what crime Jammeh have done that would lead to his arrest. I think it's just sweet talk or a show of bravado that uh, government and its officials are doing. But logically, I do not think they have a baseline. They do not have any reason that would prompt the arrest or Jammeh facing consequences for just returning home. They should be able to tell us what crime is it for Jammeh to returning home. The crime that they should be able to quote from a portion of the constitution which says an ex-head of state should not be allowed to land at home, or if he does land, he would be confronted or be arrested. They are yet to disclose that to us. So, but as a law-abiding party, we would always go by the dictates of the constitution. We are morally and ethically principled as a party, and everything that comes our way would approach it in the most peaceful of manners. But then there is zero reason, there is no reason that would prompt the arrest of Jammeh, whatever. I think whoever is advising President Barrow on that is completely misguiding His Excellency the President. Barrow himself should think about life after presidency. He would one day be pronounced an ex-president. So he shouldn't start digging his own grave. I think that would be too consequential. Yeah, Barrow should avoid and accord Jammeh all the privileges and benefits that goes with an ex-head of state. This is my advice. this is my brotherly advice to President Adama Barrow, and I'm here also by asking those misguiding the president to do justice to His Excellency the President. I think it is unfair for them to feed the wrong information or give the wrong impression to President Barrow to act wayward. Uh, but as a matter of fact, I see no reason. I see no reason why Jammeh should be confronted or be arrested, whatever. I think no Gambians should start beating the drums of war whatsoever. We should all intend good and wish best for this country, just as Jammeh wishes for this country. But this is a, a country that Jammeh has built for 22 years, so he does not have those intentions to pose any uh, mayhem to the country's peace and stability.
The former president, as Yahya Jammeh, was accused or has been accused of human rights violation. So to say that he has done nothing or he's like a free individual, a lot of people will come after you for the remark that you have made. What is your take on this?
As for the allegations pinned against him, you see, sometimes you have to take this or look at this thing at a neutral point. Who are those making those allegations? Who are those accusing him of committing extrajudicial or killings or other human rights violations? Those are uh, hears is based on testimonies made at the TRRC and the Jammeh Commission. But if you look at the setting up of those commissions, you would see already that those commissions were were not fairly established. There were some degree of conflict of interest. Let's say, for example, with the TRRC, where we have the lead counsel, the lead investigator, being one of those persons that took up arms to destabilize the country. They had, in fact, not intended. They attempted to dislodge Jammeh. So bringing those sort of conflicted individuals to a commission that is supposed to be very neutral in their findings, I think that almost defeats the purpose of the commission. So, and going by the testimonies themselves, uh, I do not think there are instances whereby witnesses would come and say it is Jammeh who ordered us to do this or that. So I don't think we can be too reliant on those testimonies. Those testimonies do not hold water until they are proven. But then, as an ex-head of state, I think Jammeh should be accorded the maximum respect he deserves, most especially from his predecessor, the President of the Republic, Adama Barrow. For Barrow himself would one day be called or regarded as an ex-head of state. What lies ahead of his feet? Does he know? No. So we should not even be intending bad to our ex heads of state. I wouldn't wish any bad to happen to President Barrow post presidency. So would I never allow anyone to think of anything bad to be done to ex-president Yahya Jammeh. He is a private citizen of this country. As a head of state for 22 years, you do not expect everything that he did to be all rosy. But then, as human beings, we are to some extent also can commit flaws. But Jammeh had not done anything grossly widespread to warrant a punishment, whatever. He is not the type of person that one should be thinking of wreaking havoc on. And I think it may bear some security implications as well. I think we need to look at these things critically before talking about Jammeh facing consequences, whatever. Consequences for what? Based on unproven allegations? I would never accept or agree to this.
Sadibou Badjie, when it comes to respect, I think the former president should be the one to respect the incumbent, that's President Adama Barrow, because the former president, as Jammeh, in one of his audios, once referred to Adama Barrow as a donkey. So who is disrespecting who here when it comes to being given respect?
In as much as the two presidents belong to different camps or parties, I think there should be some degree of sanity in between the president and his the ex-head of state, who happens to be Jammeh. I think from the onset, the destruction was propelled by the coalition 2016 government that Adama Barrow was heading. Let's say, for example, Jammeh's properties, his range of animals were all looted by the same government that was supposed to accord maximum respect. I think there couldn't be anything more disrespectful between a sitting president and a head of state than what this government had done. I won't subscribe to some of the rhetorics or whatever that might have exchanges of rhetorics there in between the two, but that the fact remains that the current government did not honor the agreement that they signed with the former president. They've looted his asset. They've resold a lot of his Jammeh's belongings. That, I think, was a very, very terrible start. And efforts should be done by the government of the day to remedy or repay what they've taken away from Jammeh. Remember, even how can a head of state who ruled a country for 22 years be homeless? Just a year into his presidency, we've seen the giant edifice, the giant mansion that President Barrow built in his Mankamang Kunda residence. How about Jammeh, who has ruled his country for 22 years? Just 1 year, you amassed filthy wealth. And you expect a president who had ruled for 22 years not to amass even a spoon. I think that's so big of an insult that this government shouldn't have done.
As you guys are preparing for the former president's arrival, in Kanilai, the former president's residence is in the hands of soldiers. So where is he going to be put up with, as far as his lodging is concerned?
That place belongs to the Jammehs. It's a private residence of the Jammeh family. The government militarizing that place does not change the narrative that the ownership is no longer with the Jammehs. So it's the usual Jammeh residence that people are going to clear, and the environment, the entire surroundings of that place. It is not a military camp. It is a government that deliberately sent troops to occupy those places. But the fact remains that it is not owned by the government, and the government has no right whatsoever to claim ownership of that place. That place rightfully belongs to Jammeh and his family. Yes.
Thank you so much, Sadibou Badjie, a supporter of former President Yahya Jammeh, who is excited about the former president's supposed return to the country later this month, if all goes as planned. My name is Ibrahim Balde. Don't forget to hit subscribe so that you won't miss any of our interesting and exciting episodes. Until then, bye for now.